All right, let's talk about a piece of software that you absolutely have, but probably never ever think about, the good old Windows Camera app. It turns out this super simple utility has a surprisingly deep story and, believe it or not, some hidden powers you're gonna want to know about. So let's dive in.
Oh man, do you remember the early days of webcams? You'd get a new one, you'd plug it in, and, well, nothing happened. You'd have to spend the next hour digging up some CD-ROM, or worse, hunting online for drivers and the super clunky software, all just to get a fuzzy little picture on your screen. It was a whole thing.
Well, Microsoft eventually solved this massive headache by just creating its own built-in solution. When Windows 8 came along, PCs finally had a native camera app that just worked. Right out of the box with any webcam, no installation needed. And just like that, what used to be a huge pain became a standard utility that we all pretty much take for granted now.
But what's really fascinating is that the app's story didn't start on the desktop. Not at all. Its journey is actually much, much longer, and it began on a completely different kind of device, way before it ever showed up on our PCs.
That's right. The camera app first popped up way back in the year 2000 on Windows mobile devices, Pocket PCs and all that. It then took a full 12 years to make the jump over to the desktop with Windows 8. And today, it's not just on our computers. It's a standard issue utility across the whole Windows ecosystem. You can even find it on your Xbox.
So, what can this app actually do? I mean, for most of us, it's just the little window that opens up when we're on a video call. But if you take a second to actually open the app itself, you'll find it's packed with features that go way beyond just being a simple webcam viewer.
Okay, so first up, all the basics are there. You can snap photos, you can record video up to 1080p, and it's even got handy features like video stabilization and flicker reduction built right in. It can also create something called living images, which are basically short animated photos, kind of like a modern GIF.
But, okay, here's where things get really interesting. This isn't just a camera. It's also a surprisingly capable scanner that's just been hiding in plain sight this whole time. And this is the part that almost everybody misses.
Seriously, you need to scan a QR code? You don't have to scramble for your phone, just point your webcam at it. It can also digitize physical documents for you, or, and this is my favorite, it can capture a picture of a whiteboard from your last meeting and automatically fix the perspective. It's an incredibly useful tool to have just sitting there.
And for anyone out there who likes a little more creative control, well, there's a hidden set of pro tools. You can turn on composition grids like the rule of thirds. You can also manually control the focus, the white balance, even the shutter speed. The big takeaway here is that this simple little app has some surprisingly serious photography features baked right in.
But for all its hidden power, let's be honest, the app isn't perfect. And its limitations become pretty obvious when you put it up against the camera you probably use every single day. The one on your smartphone.
Yeah, the Windows app is missing a lot of features we now just consider standard, like slow motion video or real-time filters or even a simple square photo ratio for social media. And get this, while it technically has a panorama mode, that feature was exclusive to the old Windows phones, not our PCs.
So all of this leads to a really, really weird twist in the story. Given all the limitations on its own platform, why would Microsoft go and develop a separate, more advanced camera app and then release it exclusively for the iPhone?
Well, the answer is in a project that most people have never even heard of. You see, Microsoft created a second camera app, but it wasn't for Windows users. It was built from the ground up just for Apple's iOS.
It was called Microsoft Pix. It was launched for free on the App Store, and it was this intelligent camera that used AI to automatically tweak settings and help you take better pictures without any effort. And the craziest part? It was only ever available for the iPhone and the iPad.
And this wasn't just some copy-paste of the Windows app. As Microsoft themselves pointed out, Pix had its own unique set of features, totally different from both the Windows camera and even Apple's own native camera. It was a really fascinating and, frankly, kind of a confusing move.
So where does that leave us? The Windows Camera app is this classic utility. It started as a simple fix for a real problem, it grew to have some surprising depth, but ultimately it kind of got left in the dust by the mobile revolution. And it really makes you wonder, in an era where the camera in our pocket is basically a supercomputer, what's the future for a dedicated camera app on our desktops? Maybe they're just destined to stay what they've always been, simple, reliable, and just there when you need them.